been a couple of weeks since I asked for a break from my soulmate. I'm not handling this well. My mom took control of the situation right away. She held me, she warmed me, she listened to me all day Sunday. She gave me everything I needed, just like Alan would have. She got me in to see a psychologist on the Monday, and we adjusted my meds. She also got me appointments to see a counselor every Thursday morning. She suspended me from work for 2 weeks. Basically, I still have a job, but don't get paid until I return. I'm still not sure if I'm ready for work tomorrow. It's pretty incredible how much power she has, and I'm thankful for her help. My days have been spent in various stages of self-destruction. I'm sure my meds have helped reduce my make this end thoughts and taken the edge off a bit, but I could sure use some happy thoughts. I've always tried to be shining light in the room, especially when Alan is around. I've always loved bringing a smile to his serious face. There were times when I went too far. I remember a Christmas party when I had glow-in-the-dark mistletoe boxers on under my dress. I waited until the party lights were dimmed and flashed him yelling, "Kiss me under the mistletoe, baby!" He loved it. I then went on to ruin the night when I got a bit tipsy and started offering a mistletoe to other groups at the party. I clearly took it too far, but we worked it out. My counseling sessions are just beginning, but they have allowed me to focus a bit. I'm starting to realize that the reasons for me asking for this break are anything but magnanimous. Yes, I'm unworthy of this man. As many of you have pointed out, it's because I'm a chicken shit and need to own it. Why didn't I just tell him about going to those parties without him? Why couldn't I tell him that I was ready to end myself? Why have I been lying to him about being fine when I'm truly not? Thank goodness for my counselor. She caught me blaming Alan for my choices. As I mentioned, we've only just really started, and we've just started to talk about my partying and drug use. I kind of blamed Alan for introducing me to those people and turning a blind eye to my problem. She asked if they were bad or malicious people. Nope. She asked if Alan knew about the extent of my choices. Nope. Did he introduce me to the situation? Yep. Did he have any influence on my choices? IDK. Thinking about this stuff is so confusing. We were children when I pursued him. I had this vision of the boy of my dreams, and he was it. That's what a crush is, isn't it? I then met and talked with him. Wow! He was kind, attentive, shy, and confident. I fell in love with him. That leads to the next obvious question for me. How TF does a teenager know what love is? Right? All I know is that I woke up every morning thinking about him. When we were together, I would bring up any and every topic that I thought he would be interested in. I always tried to keep him interested in me, and when I wasn't with him, I thought of how the next interaction would interest him. When we were with his hockey friends, I always tried to be the perfect girlfriend. I wanted him to feel so proud of the fact that I chose him and he chose me. I know the above sounds a bit one-sided, but it wasn't. Alan always shared his thoughts and feelings, as well as asked me for mine. He just lacked a bit of emotional perception. In short, he's always had a problem seeing the trees in the forest. I do feel that it was the pot squad parties that allowed me to feel a bit more like myself. No, not the drugs. That was my choice. I just felt less inhibited hanging out with normal people. Yes, they were an eclectic group, but that's what helped me just be myself. I didn't have to worry so much about perception. I didn't have to worry so much about being the perfect girl. I would just show up in a hoodie, sweatpants, hair tied up, and ready to have fun. I know that Alan was just relaxed when he was there. He would play pool, darts, cards, whatever with his friends. They'd talk about D&D, sci-fi, fantasy, and comics without worry. That's all the stuff that I tried to be interested in, but really couldn't. I'm more of a murder mystery, thriller, and horror girl. I'm pretty sure that that wasn't his jam. We always respected each other's interests. It's just that the parties allowed us to each talk about our passions on a deeper level with others. When Alan was around, I would flitter. If there were girls playing games, I'd join him as a partner. If it was all guys, I'd step away, go to the patio area, have some puffs, and find a conversation. Whenever we were apart too long, say more than 45, we ended up searching each other out. We've always been affectionate, so it usually meant a bit of makeout time together. I loved it. When he wasn't around, it usually meant more patio time, more puffs, more horror talk. I did hang out a bit more with Deck, Alan's oldest friend, and his girlfriend Amy on those nights. Deck is a musician and poet. He was usually the organizer of the parties and, when possible, would be jamming in a garage or basement. I really enjoyed just hanging out, usually a bit wasted, and listening to creators do their thing. So that's where we're at with our counseling sessions. Alan introduced me to this group of people, which is absolutely fine because they are the most authentic, honest, and real group of people I've met so far in my pretty short life. He also knew that I was smoking pot while hanging out. I get it. My body, my choice. Where I struggle is his aversion to it. I always understood it as an athlete thing and never really talked about it much. He had mentioned that he grew up around the stuff and that his uncles sold it in the past, but that is as much as I know. I'm not sure if any of my choices could have been influenced by Alan sharing more with me. I doubt it, but it does leave me with questions. Hence the IDK response. I'm sure that the heavy topics are coming up with my counselor. The 2 sessions so far have helped, but I'm a bit scared about going deeper into my whys. I'll try to stay honest and keep my mind open. I find writing this stuff out to the world a bit cathartic. I hope everyone that reads this understands that I'm just trying to find a way to be the partner that Alan deserves, or at the least, figure out who TF I am.